Episode 1410 of the Multifamily Collective. Today, I wanted to talk about, I know ChatGPT 4 and anything ChatGPT related is probably getting a little bit old at this point, but I really believe in my heart of hearts that this technology, the introduction of this way of accessing and creating information is going to change the way we do business. The biggest thing that is going to be disrupted in the next 18 months, plus minus, maybe sooner than that, is business models. And I keep going back to this ACEO, automation, centralization, elimination, outsourcing. The introduction of ChatGPT 4, just the platform in general, just let's say just generative AI in general, the introduction of that into the ecosystem, the business ecosystem, the creative ecosystem, the marketing ecosystem, all of these ecosystems that are created in the umbrella or under the umbrella of a company are all subject to being disrupted and changing the way that we do business. A lot of things are going to be subject to automation. A lot of things as a result of that automation are going to be centralized, done by fewer people in remote locations or central locations, but off property, off of the front lines. And that centralization is going to quickly reveal that we have things that can be eliminated and or outsourced to companies that are going to become very pointy as it relates to things that we do on site today or we do in our corporate offices. And it's so the biggest thing 18 months from now, at least in my head, let's say our Apartmentalize 2024 or any conference in 2024, you're going to see a myriad of use cases where the business model has been completely disrupted. Accounting comes to mind, marketing comes to mind, human resources comes to mind. You're going to take automation to centralization. You're just going to figure out what you can, business intelligence, so let me leave that out. Business intelligence and automation are going to reveal what you can centralize. You can further centralize on a mass level, a mass scale. And then that stuff is just going to be subject to elimination because there'll be more efficient ways to do it, i.e. the ChatGPT, the automation, the generative AI, et cetera, the predictive analytics, all those things that we've been talking about for years and years and years. And you're going to eliminate sacred cows, all these things, pet projects, lots of things in your organization that are rote routine in nature, some of them more analytical and more kind of, I guess, predictive in a way, but a lot of those things are just going to be eliminated from the organization. And that elimination might become by way of outsourcing, or it might just go away completely because it's just not an efficient way to do business anymore. So back to the beginning of this post, we are going to see a disruption in business models, traditional hierarchies. That's what I'm getting at. The traditional hierarchies of the way of doing business are going to be there certainly for triage, things that happen in real time in the environment that you have to triage communication, use to triage communication. The hierarchy will still be there, but other ways of doing business are going to become more centralized and decentralized at the same time, but they'll be governed by and run by the AI behind the scenes. A lot of this stuff will just disappear out of the ecosystem. And it's happening at a pace that is unreal. Right now, the time from idea to production is being squeezed. And it's going to be a war of ideas, not necessarily a war of production, because the production is done by the AI. So it's interesting. The business models are just going to be disrupted. I don't know what else to say. It's going to be interesting. It's certainly a little unnerving. And my encouragement to all of you is start playing with this technology. Start playing with if you're not signed up as a premium member for ChatGPT 4, sign up and just play with it and figure it out. They were showing, I don't know if you watched the demo today, but they had a napkin where they had sketched out sort of wireframed. Those of you who build websites, you know what wireframing is. They wireframed on a napkin a website. They put the website into ChatGPT-4, and it, it wrote the code. It built a working website based on a napkin sketch. You just think about that. It's fascinating to me what is happening, and the rapid pace is going in my head. It's going to catch a lot of people off guard. It's going to catch everyone off guard because you just don't know. Right now, it's the wild, wild west, and it's the war of ideas right now in my head. The war of ideas, the war of imagination. And to one of Dom Beverage's points, at some point, the war of ideas and imagination, or even Jindu Lee suggested this, the AI starts to generate the ideas and sort of this flywheel effect of ideas building off one another, but the AI is governing that and pushing that, enforcing that, not the human. But here in the early innings, I think the human is a key component. So we'll see. Get out there and play with it. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.